Hello everybody, I'm Ernest. So today we're going to be changing the oil on my 2019 Springfield Dark Horse with a 111 engine. Alright, so when I have the Victory, if you ever saw my other video when I changed the oil on that one, I actually bought a Victory oil change kit, and there's one for Indian also. It was $170. And I don't know why that seemed like, nah, that's too much. So what I did is I bought a case of this. Well, this comes in a box of 6, and this was $65 for a box of 6. And this is Lucas motorcycle oil, high perform. It says engine, transmission, primaries, synthetic. It is SAE 20, weight 50. And meets or exceeds API, all that mumbo jumbo. So I got 6 quarts of these. That's going to be more than what I'm going to need, but anyway. And then I ordered this, a K&N filter, for $18. All the links will be in the description. So that came out to $84. So I only save about $24. And the Indian is a blend of synthetics. It's not a full synthetic like this one is. I don't know if that's better for my engine or not. It is coming from Indian, and maybe those of y'all that want to stick with Indian stuff, and I might do it next time too if I still have this bike the next time. I might just go ahead and buy the kit. So you know what? I'm gonna put the link of the kit in the description also, in case somebody wants to look that up. This is the K&N 175 is from my research, and Amazon says it'll fit. That's what goes on there. So I'm gonna go warm up the bike, and then we'll start then. Okay, so I'm letting the engine warm up in operating temperature. Oh, for some of y'all that don't know, I live in an RV, and this is where I've been living this way for like 6 years. I made a video on it about divorce RV life. Did you want to check that one out too? Anyway, so let it warm up for a little bit, and then we'll start changing oil. Okay, so directly under the case, I'm going to show you right here are the drain plugs. It takes a number 6 to work it loose. I've already broke it loose. They were on there very, very hard. Like it took some force. Anyway, that's all you do. You just take a number 6 Allen wrench, and you just loosen them up. See, now they're real loose, and I'm going to drain it. So let me drain it out. So when you're draining it, one thing, be careful not to burn yourself, because you warmed up the oil. That's what it looks like. Oops, open the door. Washer fell in. That's the crush washer. I am making a complete mess here. I guess I didn't warm it up that much, because the oil is just kind of warm. Oh well, I should be doing it from the other side so that the drainage won't be falling on my hand, but I'm trying to take the washer out. Okay, got it. I'm making a complete mess. Anyway, it's coming out. What not to do. So this takes a while. And I think right now the bike's leaning on the kickstand. I think I'm gonna put it in the center and see and see if there's any more coming out of it. But it takes a while. I don't know how long. I don't for people that's never done this before. But it really is simple. Now, when the drain plug go back in, they're supposed to be torqued down to 15 pounds, I think. And I'll do that here in a little bit. Now, those crush washers that I took out, if you buy the Indian kit, it comes with new ones. But I'm going to reuse those, and I've done that before for many years on other bikes. I've never had any bad luck or, you know, it leaking or anything. And so I'm going to chance it again next time. But for those who don't want to, the Indian kit will be in the link from Amazon, and it's $107. I think it comes with 5 quarts or something like that, or 6 quarts, I don't remember. But this is for the 111. Now, right here is where the dipstick goes, and you can tell that it's a 111 by the ring that, I don't know if you can see it. See how there's shaved metal right along? It's hard to tell with the light. How you can see the machining around the dipstick, and that's how you can tell if you don't know that you have a 111, or if you still have the stock air cleaner. It says right there, the 111. Okay, it is still draining, but I raised it up and I put that little Allen wrench on it to keep it going while I was filming. But it seems like when I hold it upright, let me see if I can do this by hand and film at the same time, and it takes a little while, and then it'll start to come out more. Is that right? Or it's probably at the end of the cycle there. Maybe you just want to get every little drop, but it's not in the manual. It's not required to do it. But anyway, I saw it in another video. Let's get going. Alright, so it finally came to a drop. Quite a bit came out of there. So I'm going to use a rag. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to make sure there's nothing in the way that will prevent a good seal for my drain plugs. Yeah, let me get in here. Drain plugs, and looks like I can't see, and the washer there. And I'm going to put it back in there, just like that. Unless you have calibrated oil. Let's see. Put the other one in. God darn it. My hands are all slippery with the oil. Okay. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can do this. Okay, so I don't have the proper tools. I lost my number 6, but I had this little Allen wrench, and these things were on there really good. Now I also don't have a way to use the torque wrench, which is 15 inch-pounds. I'm going to do it by hand with a screwdriver and just put it firmly. It don't have to be nothing super tight. This is not going to be under any really pressure, and it's not moving. Okay. Don't do this at home unless you have a calibrated arm like I do. Alright, so here's this, I just figured something else. This comes out, So you can use the ratchet right direct. Okay. Now, I happened just to put it on there earlier, just to try it on. And it came loose very quickly. So I already know it works. But just to show you, let's see, I got this right. Yeah. You're not supposed to do it by hand. Let me get the wrench. I'll put the wrench way over here. Of course, nothing but the best video work here, audience. Okay, so you just gotta put the oil pan underneath it. I already drained the oil on the bike, and now there you go. It came off really easily, and anyway, just to show you how this works, and it was $6, $5.99 on Amazon. I'll put the link to it too. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay. That one actually came from Indian. Okay, now we got filter off. It is draining. I guess I better let it drain a little bit more. So you just get a little bit of oil and you put it right here around the seal, which I've already pre-wetted it, but just wanted to show you. But that's coming out. Okay, it's dripping now, so I guess we can go ahead and put this on. You'll want to make sure it's clean, this surface here that it's going to seal on, so the seal, and maybe use a cleaner rag than me. But I've never had one leak before either, and I've probably done 20-30 oil changes of motorcycles on my life, and I haven't broke anything yet. Famous last words. Okay, so these oil filters go on like this. You screw it righty tighty, lefty loosey. Some of y'all might not know that. And since this one, normally what I do is I just hand tighten it. And they say once you touch the surface, go around 3 more times. I don't know. I can just usually guess it by just using my hand pressure. And just, okay. That's good to go. Okay, so that's it. Let's put some oil. Let's put some oil on the bike. Okay, so I was reading on the Indian website. You see how you can see the machining? It's hard to tell with the sunlight. The sun is so intense today. See right there where you can see the machining? This is one of the older engines built before February 2019. So it's a 5.5 quart engine. If it was where you couldn't see that and it's black, and this one has a shorter dipstick than the one that has the 6 quart has a longer dipstick than this one, apparently. So I've got an older one, at least older than February of 2019. So this will take 5 quarts. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. Got the oil right here. I'm gonna put in like 4 quarts of it, and then maybe start it up and run just for a little while so that the oil gets to circulate, and then I'll put the last 1.5 quarts. All right. this is going to be slow going and boring for you guys. So I'm going to put in, maybe I'll go in with, even with like 4.5 and then run it, or 5, whatever. As long as it doesn't come back out, then I'll keep pouring it. And then I'm going to run the engine a little bit, and then add the last remaining, and then run the engine up to, like they say, operating temperatures or whatever. And then you have to put the bike like in the center, not leaning over, and check the oil. I made that mistake when I first got this bike, and I thought it had no oil in it. So just a little tip, you know, on these Springfields anyway. Okay, so I put like 4.5 and it started to come out. So even though this takes 5.5, just put 4, start the engine up, and then do it, or else you'll get this mess right here. This video has turned out to be a what not to do video. Okay, so I'm gonna let it run just a little bit so that the oil filter can get oil in it, and it can go in throughout the case and wherever it travels, and that so that'll bring the levels down, and then I can add the other 1 quart, because right now there's 4.5 quarts in it, and I need to go up to 5.5. Okay, so I put the 5.5 quarts in there. I've got the bike centered, and I'll show you how I did that. Is I put a little toolkit underneath the kickstand, and it's about centered. It's not exact, so I put the dipstick back in, screw it all the way down, and then I back it out, and then let's see if I can even see it. I can't tell. It's supposed to go in between there and there, but it doesn't look like it. It doesn't. I really can't tell. Maybe I need to put some more, and maybe I spilled more than I thought I did. You know, maybe that's it, because that looks awfully dry to me. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, I just got through watching a video from Indian itself. So I put the kickstand back down on the floor, and the thing I didn't do is I didn't let it run. I didn't let it run long enough. It says 2 to 3 minutes, and you get it in there and you screw it all the way down. Okay, make sure your dipstick is dry. Go ahead and dry it up. I'm trying to do this one hand, but anyway, I already did it and it came out okay. It came out good, but let me just show you. Dry it up just for instructional purposes. Dry it up. Leaned over on the kickstand. I must have, when I called the dealership, I heard something different. So anyway, in the video it says from Indian, if it's at that bottom mark, it's fine. See, it's hard to tell. Let me get, okay. So there's oil there, so it's good. And then this is the top part, that top ridge up there. That is where, okay, there, it's coming to focus. It's full. Anywhere in between there. Said the important thing is that it gets to that bottom where it says add. So it's good to go. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I might even call this video what not to do when changing your oil on your Indian 111. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.